Murphy here. Today, after we drink some coffee, we're going to be putting a phone mount on the 2015 Electric Glide. Now, this is kind of bittersweet because I normally don't care much for phones on bikes, right? The only reason I'm doing this is I installed a Bluetooth stereo system in this Electric Glide Police. Obviously it didn't come with a radio, so in order to do some sort of audio on it, I had to either retrofit a head unit here, speakers, and an amp, or we did speakers and an amp and a Bluetooth adapter, which is what we went with. Mainly because we're going to throw some T-bars on it down the road, and we weren't going to be able to see anything here anyways. So that's besides the point today. What we have here is the ROKFORM Pro perch mount and the phone case. So here it is. Don't need to know that yet. It's the phone case. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is the ROKFORM Aluminum Pro Series perch mount, right? So this comes standard. It's universal for Harley-Davidson, SAE, or a lot of different metric bikes. So here it is. We got the perch mount itself, which I'm extremely impressed with, really. I haven't done much with it yet, but it is very solid made. So yeah, I can't even move it without loosening up that torque screw there. So that's going to be a good piece, I think. It comes with 2 sets of screws. The instructions show that these screws with the tapered end, the tapered spacer, are the standard ones, just so you see the difference. The metric ones are right here with the barrel spacer, the solid barrel spacer. The standard ones have the tapered spacer. I assume because the perch mount is just a little bit different. So, comes with the lanyard, comes with a little tool here. I believe that tool is a T27. Let's just verify that. Nope, it's a T25. So we're going to need a T27 to loosen up these perches. But install looks pretty straightforward. Let me gather some tools. Once we do that, we'll be ready to put this thing on and kind of show you how I do it. All right? So before I do anything, I like to get all my tools out and ready, right? I got this makeshift little stand that I acquired from somewhere that was going to throw it away. I always lay some rags out, put my tools on some rags. So what I have here is a T27 Torx and a T25 Torx. It's a little 1/4-inch drive ratchet. So what I like to start doing is get your parts out and lay them out. Very, very simple here. So what we did here is I took the Allen wrench and I loosened up the center screw of this so that I can move the arm out of the way so that I can mount the perch mount. Good Lord, check that out. That magnet is no joke, bro. Got a good feeling about this. Oh, so here's something we just learned. The end of the screw is marked SAE. So if something happens that the spacers get mixed up in packaging, you can always check out the end of the screw. So that's really cool. Let me check the metric ones and see what they say. Oh look, spelled out metric. Childproof. Imagine that. So let's go ahead and buzz these two off here. careful, this master cylinder, the hydraulic clutch master cylinder, could fall off of there. Not saying it will, but it could. Oh yeah, it definitely will. Luckily, this is a pretty easy job to fish this stuff on one hand. And get started. Okay. Now the other one. Hindsight 2020, I probably should have put the bottom one on first, but as long as you don't tighten the top one too tight, you got plenty of room here to slip this stuff on. Or rotate it to the side a little bit. Here's your sign, right? All right, that's pretty simple. Now there is a torque spec for these. ROKFORM does not mention a torque spec. Neither do we. I want to say torque on these is 80 inch-pounds, maybe. I'm not positive. That is a solid piece there. Okay. So that thing ain't going nowhere, man. It's on there. Take our adjuster here and loosen this, and you can index this any way you want, right? Back, up, off to the side like this, however you want. Tighten that down. And your phone's right where you want it. Oh, that's funny. So my phone has a magnetic thing on the back of it, and it must be the opposite polarity because it will not stick to that. That's funny. What I did get is I got a ROKFORM phone case. It's the rugged phone case. I got this because it was relatively cheap. They sell an adapter that glues to the back of your case that you already have if you're in love with the case you have, or maybe you have an OtterBox or whatever the case may be. No pun intended. But for no more than this thing was, my case is pretty ragged anyways, so, and I already had this magnetic thing glued on here, so if I ever need to switch my phone back, this is the mount for my semi-truck. It goes up on the dash of my truck, so I can listen to music while I drive. But I opted for this case, man, and I like it. So, simple install here. At this point in time, if you've never put a phone case on, then not much I can do for you. Good Lord. This thing is no joke. I'm sure there's some instructions to put this phone case on too, but there we go. Just got to get a little violent with it. So there it is. It has this 4-point locking system in the back, along with a magnet. So it sticks on there. Obviously you don't want to just trust that. So you're going to line the phone up at a slight angle, maybe. Yeah, it appears that all the slots are. There we go. Man, that thing is not going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Cool. So, that's our first lesson in thinking ahead, because I put it under the transmission where I always put it, not realizing that I was going to have to move bars to make sure that that the phone cleared the console. And it does. So, let's see if I can move you back a little bit here. We're going to climb one here. So the phone's a little crooked. I'm not sure if I like that or not. So we're going to pop it off here. Try a couple things out. So that is a little tricky to get at first. Alright, that seems to be a little bit better. Get to the volume real easy. Plenty of clearance on the console. Man, that thing is not going nowhere. I don't care what anybody says, that thing is not falling off there. I will say that the learning curve on getting that thing on there solid every time is probably going to be a little lengthy because it fits tight. It's real tight. I would say once you learned the angle of the phone, everything would be good, but until then, it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. There we go. So I think I had it moved a little too far. So check it out. This is why I wanted this phone mount. Only reason. So, mission accomplished. As you heard, the Bluetooth adapter we set up here does not have any external volume knob, so I have to use the volume on my phone to turn the radio up and down. What I had been doing is putting the phone in my vest pocket, something like that, my front pants pocket, and I was clicking the volume through there. But if you want to skip a song or something like that, everything's pretty much unavailable to you. But ROKFORM come through with this awesome mount. Looks pretty good. It's got a pretty cool phone case. Again, kind of tough to get in there. There's a little bit of a learning curve there. I don't know if you would do it in a hurry or not. But for what I want and the price of the mount, it definitely is secure. Let's face it, these phones ain't cheap. So nobody wants to trash a $1,000 phone because they cheaped out on a phone mount. So yeah, I think overall we're happy. Mission accomplished. So I would say it doesn't look bad even when the phone's not on there either. So another thing that ROKFORM gives you is this lanyard, right? Has this little clip on it so that you don't have a lanyard all balled up in your pocket, but there's two little holes on the back of this phone case, and you can put this lanyard through. And what they say you can do is you drop this lanyard around here before you put your phone on. That way, if for some reason you didn't get it clipped on all the way and it did fall, it would be dangling and beating off the side of your tank, just like you would want it to, right? I'm not going to put this on there because, I'll be honest, I think it's pretty foolproof. I don't think there's a way that you're going to get that thing on there and setting flush. Man, that one was real easy, so it's getting easier as we go. I don't think there's a way you would get that thing on there and it come off. I don't see. So I personally am not going to use the lanyard. Maybe I'm an idiot and I'll be buying a phone in a couple months, but for right now, we're going to rock with it like this. Man, I really dig this mount. The mount's awesome. So, genuine Harley Davidson coffee? Not really. So, pros and cons. One pro is I got it really quick. I think I ordered this on Friday and it was delivered to my house yesterday, which was Tuesday, and Monday was a holiday. So super fast shipping. I got it really quick. Seemed to be in stock. Another pro is quality. I mean, this thing is, I know it may look like plastic on the video, but this thing is solid aluminum. CNC, you can see the CNC marks on it. It is solid. It has a magnet right here, magnet on the back of the phone. Man, just really nice. It's a really nice piece. Another pro was install. You guys just watched the install with me, and I fumbled around with some screws and still put it on in probably less than 5 minutes. Took a few minutes to adjust it, see how I liked it. This thing will go, man, with just whichever way you want it to go too. It's super nice that way. Another pro is you got this gnarly looking case, which is kind of growing on me. It's a little bit bigger than my last case, but it ain't bad at all. And what I like about it is it sticks to anything metal. So you go to the gym, stick it to the squat rack, video yourself in them squats. So, bunch of pros. The only con I can see is it was somewhat pricey. I believe I paid full retail. There was a 20% off. I shouldn't say full retail, but I didn't get sponsored by ROKFORM. Not sponsored by anybody or anything like that. But I did get a 20% off Labor Day coupon. So I want to say, and don't quote me on this, originally this is $119 just for this perch mount. The case was $40. I think I got everything delivered to my door for maybe $140. I can't remember exactly, but it was a pretty good discount. 20% off, 20% off. So it is somewhat pricey, but this phone is $1,000 for just the old 10R, because that's really all I need. Some of these people have $1,200, $1,500 new iPhones, so I would see where spending a little bit of money on a good mount is worth it for sure. So I don't even know if I would call the price a con, but it is somewhat pricey compared to others. Another con would be the short learning curve to getting this thing locked on there. I mean, it seems like if you're off the bike getting ready to get on it, it wouldn't be a big deal. You can kind of see the back. But if you forget and you pull the thing out of your pocket once you're sitting on it, you're probably going to have to fish around the first couple times. You put it on there. It's getting easier as I go here, but not perfect by any means. And I'm not really sure if you were to pry on these things really hard if it would break them or not. So from my handlebar, man, that's annoying. From my handlebar, I can touch the volume and turn the volume up and down while I'm riding relatively easy. And you could adjust that. I mean, you could put it right down here over your thumb if you wanted to. So it's a nice piece for that. Very limited tools to install. Worked out perfect for my situation with this stereo. If you don't like the perch mount, say your bars don't allow it or whatever, you just don't want this close to your hand, you don't like that, they actually make a clamp that'll go around a 1-inch bar, a couple different sizes, so this thing can mount anywhere you want it to mount. They make a flush mount where you can screw it to your fairing if you wanted to. I mean, you can put it anywhere. So, in my opinion, solid purchase. Glad I did it. Look forward to riding with it, and could probably take some pretty rowdy selfies from it while you're cruising.